good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to the Monday live stream. There we go. Um, didn't have many videos this week. I've been on vacation technically. I wasn't actually on vacation, but I took a vacation from work because it was a family member's birthday, then it was my daughter's birthday. My birthday is coming up, so we were doing a bunch of celebrating, also Mother's Day, so I haven't been around, plus I was on 2 different business trips, so I've only posted like 4 videos in the last 2 weeks, so you guys haven't had a lot from me, but with that said, I am back. I have videos slated for all week long. With that said, today my scent of the day is Matier Perfumes, or Matier Premier Cologne Cedrat. A lot of people know them from Ensign Suave, but if you want a fresh spring and summer banger from them, Cologne Cedrat, you can get it for about $140, $150 on Olfactory or Venba, which I do have linked in the description. But this is probably their best offering for the spring and summer. They have a lot of really good ones. Parisian Musk. They have Radical Rose if you like rose. And then obviously Ensign Suave is a really nice one. There's a few other ones. Falcon Leather is a nice one as well. But anyway, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Let me know what your scent of the day is. We're going to be getting into the entire collection of Terence Hughes, and it's their Spring Equinox collection that came out last year. There is a significant restock coming on his website in 4 days, and if you would like to try them out, Scentrush.us, because I know most of the Terence Hughes you have to buy from either Europe or their website, and it takes a while to ship. Scentrush.us has a full restock of every single one of these on Friday. It's full bottles and decants, 2 milliliter, 4 milliliter, 10 milliliter. But I have Icon, I have Aura New, Legend, and Legend Plus, Fuckboy, Hor Red, and Hor Blue. I just want to give a little bit of an advisement here, though. I have tried probably 15, maybe 20 different Terence Hughes, and of all of those, I only liked like 3 of them, and I only loved one of them enough to buy a bottle. So I don't know if I was trying the wrong ones or what, but these are all new. And their last release that I tried was Supersonic or Supernova. Yeah, that's what it was. And I didn't like that one at all. So we'll see how that one goes. Speaking of not liking it all, I picked up with the Cologne Cedrat, I picked up from Jolie Mad. It is Aqua Sexius, and this is another one, super unique, but I will never wear it in a million years. I'm going to end up doing videos of this and then doing a giveaway of it if anybody ever wants to try it. It is, there's a lot of fig in it, but then that kind of dissipates. There's a lot of citrus. It's very sharp and tart. It's not anything like you've ever tried before. It's clean, fresh, but at the same time, it's fruity, but it's not. I honestly don't know what the fragrance is doing. My wife hates it, so I will never wear the fragrance. But with that said, I ended up picking it up just on a whim, and whatever. Anyway, what's going on, Gian? How you doing? Scent of the day is Amir Trillium. Nice. What's going on, Mike? Everybody go follow Mike over at Fragrance Fraternity. Hopefully you're doing great, man. Scent of the day is Zaharoff Signature Noir, one of my favorites from them. Saying what's up to Gian. What's going on, Donald? How you doing, man? Scent of the day is Greenlee. I was just talking about Greenlee. Somebody was asking me if I would rather wear Greenlee, Sedley, or the new Castley. For me, it goes Sedley is number 1. Castley is number 2, but very, very close number 2. And then Greenlee's a pretty far number 3, even though I still like it. But the other ones I just like a lot more. Anyway, what's going on, David? Scent of the day, or no scent of the day. Well, I mean, can't win them all. Welcome to Moe's. What's going on, man? What's good, peeps? Deucer, my dude. Scent of the day is Lemonade. I think you meant Lemonata with a T. Isn't that, unless that's like a clone or something, but I know that Narcotica Lemonata, if that's what you're talking about, I'm guessing. If you didn't tell me, I would thought it was Porthole. It's great, but way redundant. I've heard that. So a lot of people have been asking me, are you going to be picking up Narcotica's Limonada? And I was about to. I almost picked it up instead of Cologne Cedrat and these two. I almost picked it up because they did have that on the site for like a day. But Then my moderator, Newt, said, Porthole, this smells like Porthole 2.0, but if it wasn't as good. It's still very, very close, but if he had to pick one, it would be Porthole, and so I'm not buying off redundancy, especially at that price range, so I'm not buying it. Yo, dude, do you like Terre d'Hermes Eau Givray? It's the only one I like from the line, and to be honest with you, it's like I don't wear it that often. I know a lot of people love Terre d'Hermes, and if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't most of the time. I never really got around to that DNA. The first one that I thought I liked was Eau Tres Fraîche before Eau Givray came out. I love the opening. That's probably my favorite opening of any of the fragrances, Eau Tres Fraîche. But as it dried down, it got way too overly floral for me, so I decided it wasn't for me. I also tried the new Intense, also not for me, but I am not a Terre d'Hermes fan. Eau Givray is the exception. It's the only one that I own. It's actually right there. But I'll probably wear it twice a summer, and that's about it. I think it smells nice. But yeah, and that's also the reason I didn't pick up Parfums de Marly Perseus, because I thought they smelled too similar. That is just, I'm not going to buy it. But I think I like Perseus better. And once it gets down in price to like 140 or so, I will probably buy that and sell the Eau Givray just because I prefer Perseus over it. With that said, yeah, that's my answer. Yes, Narcotica. Definitely don't unless you want a backup of Porthole. I mean, well, Porthole's coming, so yeah. Apparently, it's going to be out in like a month, like a refresher of it. I have not tried anything from Terence Hughes. Hard to get. Well, it's not actually hard to get. If you go to Scentrush.us, you can get a 2 milliliter of pretty much every single one. I've tried Maverick, Guapo, something else, Slut, like 3 different versions of Slut, and every single one. I have 4 full bottles of Terence Hughes that I didn't buy. I have never bought an Terence Hughes. I've never bought an Terence Hughes decant. I have been sent a bunch by Newt. I've been sent a bunch by other people. And then I was also sent 4 full bottles of Slut. And they're like their older bottles, and I don't like them. I'm going to end up using them for giveaways. I keep forgetting that I even have them. But yeah, the ones that I liked the most was Ozone, Guapo, and Maverick was my favorite, even though I didn't love that one at first. Maverick is my favorite, and then I'd say it's either Guapo or Ozone. But Maverick was definitely my favorite out of all of them. What's going on, man? If you guys haven't followed Novice Nose Gator over there, he was on my channel last week. What's up, Randy and chat? Sending the day is Fragrance World Celestia Blue. Pretty solid Office for Men inspiration. Yeah, that one was the one that I had already tried. I tried it on a live stream not long ago. And then you sent it to me, so I resprayed it the other day. I have Office for Men. I never wear Office for Men. I actually had 2 bottles, and I sold one of them. I had Date and Unisex. I also sold those. Office for Men's a nice, easy office fragrance. Back in the day, Jeremy, you know, I don't even know what his channel name is now. What is it? Jeremy, is it just Jeremy now? What is Jeremy's, why can't I think of his channel name? I can't think of Jeremy's channel name now. Why can't I haven't watched his channel in forever. Can someone please tell me so I'm not losing my mind? What is Jeremy's channel name? Was it Jeremy's, like Jeremy's Fragrances or something like that? Why am I losing my mind? Jeremy Fragrance. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know why I forgot that. He sent me all 3 of the bottles, including a 20 or 30 milliliter of the leathery one. I think I got that from Jeff, though. But anyway, yeah. I think it smells nice in comparison, but Office for Men smells a lot more luxurious, higher quality oils. But it's definitely a nice smell alike. Anyway, Dan Not the Man, what's up, Randy in chat? Send the days Invictus Aqua 2024 with a few sprays of Molecule 01 on top. Everybody, do not be fooled by the post that came out about Invictus Aqua 2025. It is a repackage, rebottle for last year was their 2024, which it was the release, I guess you should say, a limited release of the 2018 version or 2016, one or the other. And this year, they decided that they're going to make it a worldwide release, but it's actually the same fragrance from last year. It's just in the new packaging, the one that looks like a 3D package. So just an FYI, it is not a new fragrance. It is not going to be like a reimagined version of the other Invictus Aqua. It's going to smell like Invictus Aqua from last year, and it's just going to be in a new bottle. So just an FYI, do not be fooled by that. I am excited about the new Boss Bottled Beyond. I'm not overly excited about it because it's leather and ginger together, which I don't know how that will go. Last time leather and ginger was in a fragrance, I didn't like it, so we'll see. Any word on when Aaron Terrence Hughes will be made available in the USA? I mean, it's not available on the USA site, but you can buy it on Scentrush.us. So you can buy the bottles and decants on Scentrush.us. So it's never going to be in stores, at least at this point in time. He's, in my mind, more of an indie brand that is just mostly known in the fragrance community. Outside of the fragrance community, not really anybody, at least in the United States, knows about him. So it's not going to be something you're going to see pop up in Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom's or stuff like that. You might see it at like a fragrance emporium or fragrance outlet every once in a while, which I have seen one time. But for the most part, you're going to have to find Aaron Terrence Hughes either on his site if they ship to the United States or get it from Scentrush. There's also other sites that have it, but Scentrush is the one that I've seen that has it for the least amount of money. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I am so mind boggled because, and this is something super small, but so the other day, it was like 2 weeks ago, I fell asleep with my AirPod in. It's a brand new AirPod that I got about a month ago. I got the Gen 4 noise cancellation, all of that just came out. And when I woke up, it fell into my shirt, and I went in to use the bathroom, and the AirPod fell into the toilet, and I flushed it. And so I went and I found a site that Jeff from SoCal Sense showed me called Recell, C-E-L-L, that you can buy replacement AirPods for like $30 or $40 less than you'd get it from Apple. And so I did that, and it arrived, and it doesn't work. And so I've been trying to work on it for the last like 5 hours, and unfortunately, I have to buy it directly from Apple because it's just not working. You're talking to Gian. I'm going to get to these in just a second. You don't have the power, craft, or strength, dude. Yeah. Power! Has anyone tried Cactus Garden? Ken for the win. Yeah, funny that you say that because I posted it the other day. That's really funny because no one has ever mentioned Cactus Garden on my channel until today when you just said it, and I just posted it 2 days ago. Scentrush.us has it. If you go on eBay, a 2 milliliter of Cactus Garden is $100, and the bottle is over $1,000. It's like $1,200 or $1,100 for the bottle because it's discontinued. Scentrush right now, if you're interested in Cactus Garden, has the decants 2 milliliters for $14, and that's like 75-80% off what you can get it on eBay and stuff like that. Cactus Garden is probably my number 2, maybe number 1. I'm not sure. Louis Vuitton, and I totally missed the boat. But the good thing is that Joey, the owner of Scentrush, he has an empty bottle of Cactus Garden, and he gets in the refills from the supplier of Cactus Garden that are still remaining, and he gets them for retail. So he told me he would get me a refill and fill up one of the bottles and give it to me as a retail price. And that's like a $800 discount on what they're going for right now. So I love Cactus Garden. It's almost like if you mix together imagination, lamensity, and then made it a bit greener. That's literally what the fragrance smells like with more citrus. And I think the fragrance smells amazing. Is Invictus Aqua readily available? Yeah. You can get Invictus Aqua on certain websites that it doesn't tell you what edition it is. You could get Invictus Aqua 2024 on Scentrush.us, another one. That's actually where I got my bottle of it. the one from last year. I don't know what it was, like $100, but it was a limited edition run. So the new version of Invictus Aqua, you won't be able to find probably for a month, and it will probably be online only until it hits the stores fully. But if you want the older style bottle, you can just get it on Scentrush. I just got 3 or more bottles of Office and 2 more of Date for $2.50. Couldn't say no. They always had these crazy. I remember back whenever Jeremy sent me all 3 of them, because Jeremy is friends with Jeff, and Jeff got me the hookup with Jeremy, and Jeremy sent me all the bottles. And then they had a deal where you buy when it was like when they were going out of business, and then they didn't go out of business, but then they did, but it was only the one brother that went out of business, and then the other brother didn't go out of business, and now they're back in business. I don't get it. But with that said, at one point in time, the fragrances were like $300 a piece, and then they were all 3 for $75. So the prices just didn't make any sense. But anyway, Invictus Aqua or Hawas. Invictus Aqua, because Invictus Aqua, you know what strength you're getting, and it's an above average projector. It has a nice longevity, but not crazy. Hawas, if you like beast mode, that's for you, because Hawas, when it comes to you, it won't be beast mode. It will be above average, but after about 3 to 4 months of it sitting, it becomes so strong that it's like if you took Hawas and made it the projection of Dior Sauvage Elixir, once it sits on your shelf for 3 to 4 months, for me, it actually made it to where I don't wear Hawas anymore, and I ended up selling it away. And now, I can't find it, but I only wear Hawas Ice, because Hawas Ice hasn't really matured that way. And the regular Hawas, though, I don't know if the new batches, because batches, they do have very bad batch variations as far as color, smell, projection. At least the batch that I had, it just went so powerful that when you sprayed 2 sprays on it, it was across the room. Scentrush is a great website. Awesome shipping. Not only great shipping, they are family owned, and it's a son and a father that run the whole site. He prices everything so where it's feasible for you guys, and that he's not just pricing to make money. He's pricing so that it's the best price he can get without breaking the law. He still has to work around some new, like he has the Creed fragrances at full retail because he got a cease and desist from Creed. He has to find the ins and outs as to how you're allowed to post certain brands without getting in trouble. But as of right now, there's a lot of, especially decants for higher end fragrances. He also has a lot of bottles that he does like 30 or 40 or 50% off. Last week, he did half off all Lamari fragrances. I ended up buying one. It was a great deal. I got Lamari's Noble Caval. This was originally $280. I got it for $140. So just keep an eye on my community tab. When he does sales, I'm always the first one to know. So if you use the code DOUD5, you get 5% off. So just like I said, if you want a decant of Cactus Garden, they have 30 milliliter decants of Cactus Garden. You can use 5% off, and it's a really good price for that, to be honest with you. Scentrush is usually 4 to 5 days. I ordered my decants, all of these, because I ordered a decant of Cactus Garden. I ordered, it was a 5 milliliter, but he gave me a 15 milliliter. And then he sent me all of these with it. And then I also ordered Penhaligon's Vravra Vroom. I have Isla Verde by Roja Parfums. I have Roja Apex Intense. I have the new Bond, and there's one other one that I got that I can't remember what it is. Oh, Louis Vuitton Elves, which actually smells really nice. But I have videos of all of those new ones coming up here soon. And let's just say the Rojas are a very, very, very big letdown. For me personally, the best afternoon swim alternative is Luciano, their version of it. But afternoon swim does have a lot of good alternatives. There's one by Zoha Aroma that's only $20. I can't remember the names of either of them, so I'm just giving you the brand. If you go to their website, Luciano's, it looks almost exactly like the bottle. And then it's like Sunset Swim or something like that. But the other one is really good from Zoha Aroma. The only one that I didn't like was that big orange one. It's like a big circle, and then it has like a top on it. It looks like the Bodacia fragrances, but it's not. What's up, Sandy? How you doing? Good evening, guys. Hope you're well. Couldn't miss Randy's verdict on ATH tonight. And today, I remember you were the one that was here, and you were like, I wonder if you're going to like these. The last time I did Maverick and Guapo, and again, I wasn't a huge fan of all of those. And my least favorite, I can't remember, but, Dirty Orange or whatever it was. I thought it smelled like orange rolled in dirt. ATH brand ambassador, how's it going? Yeah, that Sandy is, when I think of ATH on my channel, I think of Sandy. Anyway, so this is Terence Hughes Spring Equinox Collection that came out late last year. Does anybody, specifically Sandy, do you have one that I should try first? Because I need to open all these packages, so I have every one of them. I have both Whores, I have Fuckboy, I have both Legends, I have Aura New, and I have Icon. Apparently that's all of the ones in the new collection. So let me know which one I should try first. And again, Scentrush.us will have all of these on Friday. And I will post it when they do. I just wanted to get this out. I was going to do it next weekend, but I wanted to get it out for him now. All right, so I'm going to predict Randy likes Icon. Then somebody said Aura. So I am going to try Icon first, and then I'll do Aura second. Okay, that's actually the way that I was going to do it originally, because I don't like the other names, like Hor Red, Hor Blue, because it blocks my videos if I put it in the title. Fuckboy, stuff like that. Like, I might get in trouble from this live stream. I actually might have this live stream banned just because of saying that. But with that said, I don't really care. Let's try out Icon and see what it's about. I'm going to spray that on skin. I think I like this. Okay, so Terence Hughes finally did like a mainstream designer style fragrance. Speaking of Invictus Aqua, this literally is his version of like Invictus Aqua, Hawas, YSL Myself. It actually smells mostly like Polo 67. I did not expect Terence Hughes to have a fragrance that smelled so designer-esque, because every other one that I've smelled from him, outside of maybe Guapo, they did not have that kind of, designer-esque smell to them. What's up, Montrese? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. Yeah, I like this. It smells like Polo 67 EDP. It has that kind of citrus, slight fruitiness, but with the aromatic, slight woody undertone. It smells like Polo 67 EDP. If you sprayed this in front of me and I had no idea what it was, I would think that it was a slightly higher quality. I would actually just say Polo 67 EDP. What's going on, T-Frag? Just saw you popped up. I can't click on it right now because I have something in my right hand and my other one's smelling. It is a bit salty too, Sandy. There's also a slight, I don't want to say this because then it'll remind me of the orange fragrance, but it has a slight earthiness underneath the fragrance. I was going to say dirtiness, but it has a slight earthiness, but I think it's coming from the aromatic tones. Let me look up the note breakdown. I would say it's like a citrus medley with a little bit of aromatics, probably some lavender, a little bit of woods, maybe cedar or Akigala wood or something like that. But ATH, yeah, there is a definite earthiness to it. Aaron Terence Hughes Icon. I don't even know if there's going to be information for these fragrances. Aaron Terence Hughes Icon. All right. So it's 45 euros. Top notes: lemon, blood mandarin, and apple. So it might be that same mandarin from the other mandarin fragrance that I hated from him. But definitely a citrus medley. A little bit of fruitiness, like I said, from the apple. Lavender, sea salt, and grapefruit. There's another citrus. There's the lavender. There's the saltiness that Sandy and I were talking about. Then there's amber, cedarwood. There we go. Sandalwood and vanilla. I probably haven't gotten there yet. It's a 35% concentration. But yeah, it smells like, so the citrus is starting to dissipate here. The saltiness is coming in a bit more. When you said saltiness, it wasn't 100% salty for me, but it was like a slight undertone of it. I was getting more of that Polo 67 citrus medley mixed together with like a lavender aromatic tone, a little bit of earthiness and some woods, which reminded me, and some amber, which reminded me almost exactly of Polo 67 EDP. As it is drying, like you said, there's a little bit more of a salty nuance, a slight earthiness to it, but overall, this is my favorite Aaron Terence Hughes to date, Aaron Terence Hughes Icon, but that is also because it is very, very mass appealing and it's hard not to like. It does have its own slight nuances, and the apple is definitely pulling in a bit more, which is setting itself apart from that Polo 67. So if you're worried about redundancy, I wouldn't say that's full redundancy outside of the first like minute or two. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very nice fragrance. I think that a lot of people will really enjoy it. I don't think there's many that are going to be upset if they bought that fragrance unless they are not a fan of things like Polo 67. Like I said, it's in that realm of the Polo 67, why I sell myself style fragrances while maintaining a little bit more of a higher quality, a little bit better of a blend, but yeah, and a slight more fruitiness, a little bit more of that earthiness and saltiness as well. Seems like it's projecting a little bit heavier than the ones that I had mentioned as well. I think it's a really nice fragrance, but again, I'm not going to make my first impressions just based off of this. I'm going to come back to it. Just remember that Icon is on my left hand. I brought out a bunch of Bath & Body Works testers because I know I'm not going to be able to spray this all over my hand. If I can remember correctly, the last time we did an Aaron Terence Hughes haul, I had it pretty much on my palm because we had so many of them that I was spraying it on my palm. Anyway, so this one is Aaron Terence Hughes Aura New. Very interesting name. Oh, that's interesting. I think I like this too. I think this is another one that deserves to go on a hand. Thank you, Ken. This is really nice. So, last time I went like one for 20 with Aaron Terence Hughes. This smells like I don't know, like a Sprite? Like a Sprite with a little bit of spice or something? Very citrusy, very bright. Clean. Oh, that's good. This is better than Icon. Like far and away better. Oh, I like that a lot. Like that's really good. That's something like I need to buy. That is a very beautiful citrus medley. But this is a more noticeable, like when I say Sprite, it's more like a lime wedge mixed together with, I don't know, a little bit of grapefruit, maybe some lemon mixed all together at once. And then a slight bit of spice underneath it. I'm not getting much else other than that. Maybe a slight little bit of white musk bringing a clean feeling to it, but maybe a cashmerean or sandalwood or something that's providing a little bit of brightness. Oh, I love this. This is a really good spring into summer fragrance. I need to look up the note breakdown for this. So, Aaron Terence Hughes Aura New. All right. Why did it? Okay. Aura New, or Aura 2025, I guess. It's citrus, fresh, sweet, aquatic, fruity. Top notes of lemon, lime, mint, pink grapefruit. Whoa, pink grapefruit. That's where that zinginess has come from. I hate grapefruit, but I love the smell of this. The mint makes sense. I thought there was something green, but I wasn't ready to say mint. I would have probably guessed like rosemary or basil. There's rum. The heart notes are ambergris, salty notes, and the base notes are cane sugar, patchouli, and vetiver. This is beautiful. I'm going to so far give this like an 8.6 or an 8.7 out of 10. Rounding into a 9. I think that this one is absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for a beautiful, well, like it said, like a slightly sugared citrus mixture that is more of like a 7-Up or a Sprite. It's effervescent, clean, bright, fizzy. I don't get really much booze. I do get that slight green undertone, which makes it perfect for the spring too. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, lemon and lime, but I do get that pink grapefruit. That grapefruit. I thought it was grapefruit, but it's really, really good. Oh, I hope everyone was doing well. Just stopping in on my work break. Well, Jonathan, hopefully you have a fantastic day at work. Gion's called Mugler Come Together, and now I believe it comes off discounters to time. I have seen that on discounters a couple times. But right now, I'm buying a bottle of this. Also, I don't know if I would pay Aaron Terence Hughes prices for this one, because there's a lot of other things that smell in the same realm, but I think that Icon is nice. Is this something I need to have based on the smell? No. Is it very nice though? Yes, it fits the mold of a lot of designer fragrances that have been released over the last couple years. Now this one is great. Now Aura New is fantastic. If you're looking for a nice citrus, fresh fragrance that is not the same as every other fragrance out there, that's probably the one. And I have to say, I am not looking forward to the ones with the crazy names, because so far I've tried like Slut and a couple other ones that were all crazy names, and none of them were good. And so now we have Hor Red, Hor Blue, Fuckboy. Come on, Aaron. Legend and Legend Plus. I feel like I've tried the original Legend before, though. Aura sounds like Bald to Freak, Vetiver Delight. It has vibes of that, yes, but it's a little bit different. The pink grapefruit provides a slightly different tone to it. But Mo, you're right on it. Without the vetiver, yeah, you're right there. But I like this one better. It's almost like a mix of the ones that you just mixed with like hints of Mancera's lemon lime, but someone's telling me to try Hor Blue. All right, I'll try Hor Blue. Again, Sandy just told me that the rest are gonna be more challenging. When it comes to challenging, if Sandy's saying challenging for Aaron Terence Hughes, I'm kind of nervous. Woo! It's so good. I really like that. I might move that up to a 9. I think I found a new freshie. Hor Blue. I like that. That's like a semi-gourmand, at least from the opening. It's like a semi-gourmand, but a unique one that I haven't smelled. I don't even know what that is. What is that? That's why I hate using testers. I have no idea what's in this. All I know is that it smells great, maybe like caramel and coffee or something. I honestly don't know. I would honestly say that this is like a caramely fragrance, but I know I'm probably going to be way off because I know last time I smelled something of Aaron Terrence Hughes that I was like, I have no idea what this is. I was not even close to what it was. Thing is I'm already 2 for 2 on skin. I don't know if I want to go on skin with this one. Oh, I sprayed in the wrong direction. I really like this too, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, chocolatey maybe? It's some kind of mixture of gourmands. Like, it almost smells to me, at least to me. It smells like if you like had a chocolate caramel, it's like a chocolate caramel bar. It's just what I'm smelling. But it has this kind of like fresh overtone, which doesn't make any sense with the fragrance, but it works. I like that, but it has like a powderiness to the fragrance, but it's not overly so. I honestly have no idea what that is. No, he's saying resins. I mean, sure. No idea what's in this. Like I have not a clue. Like there could be chocolate in this, but if someone told me there was like ginger and citrus, I'd be like, sure, okay, fantastic. All right, AAR and Terence Hughes, and what's that called? Hor Blue. All right, here's a note breakdown for it. Bergamot, elemi resin, nutmeg, tobacco, patchouli, benzoin, vetiver, vanilla, tonka, and white musk. Okay. Now that I'm reading it, of course, I can say, okay, now I understand. That's what it smells like. But I'm not sitting here saying, okay, the top of that is bergamot. I smell no citrus in this. The elemi resin, okay, whatever. What I do smell in this fragrance that makes sense is tonka bean, because it has that Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans Elixir vibe, where it has that real strong, but this one's a little bit more subdued version of the tonka bean. But now that I'm smelling it, like I said, now that I'm smelling it, I'm looking at the note breakdown. I'm like, okay, so it's just, they're giving you a crazy note breakdown, but really what this is it's a tonka heavy fragrance. And now that I'm smelling it, I'm like, yeah, but in the opening, there was definitely some kind of like chocolate caramely mixture. But now that I'm smelling it, it just reminds me of other fragrances that are tonka heavy, albeit a lot better blended. But I couldn't tell you, is there benzoin in this? Great. Yeah. Is there elemi resin? It's a resinous tonka fragrance with a little bit of spice, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that without looking at the note breakdown. Not even close. But I could smell this and tell you that I really enjoy the fragrance. It's, even though I don't really care for other fragrances out there like Le Mans Elixir, it's just way too powerful. Like and that was in the same realm as 6 other fragrances that came out over the last 365 days. So this one is in the same realm as something like that, but it deserves a higher place on the table because of the fact that it's higher quality, it's better blended. There are other things in it, but I wouldn't have been able to pick them out. All I know is that I'm sitting here and I'm smelling it and I'm liking it. Am I loving it like I liked the last one? No. I still think that Aaron Terrence Hughes Aura New is the best one so far. And I would still put Icon number 2. Hor Blue is nice. Is it something that I would buy? No, not really. Is it something that a lot of other people out there would like if you like those Tonka heavy fragrances? Yes. But again, I wouldn't even have known that this was just a Tonka heavy fragrance until I got to the dry down now, which it's becoming more evident. But the opening, to me, didn't have any bergamot. It smelled more like a chocolate caramel bar. It has a little bit of an earthiness to it as well. Yeah. I'd give that like a 7.5. It's nothing that's... I wish I wouldn't have sprayed that on skin. You guys cannot tell me to spray on skin again until I find... because it smells the same on skin that it does on the tester. Yeah, it smells the exact same. So I am not spraying anything else on skin unless I know that I like it. And that one doesn't do much for me. It smells nice and I could sit here and keep smelling it. Would I buy it? Probably not. Would a lot of people like that? Yes. But it's not like making me go, ooh, I need to have that. All right. Since we tried Hor Blue, might as well try Hor Red. I don't know why that one's called Hor Blue, because you would think you were getting a Hor, like a blue fragrance, but this one definitely smells more like a whore. This one smells like candy. Yeah, I like this one better than Hor Blue. Hor Blue is nice, but it's just like a powdery tonka bomb with resins, but and a little bit of spice. It smells nice, but I already know my wife is going to really hate that fragrance. Really not like it. But with that said, I don't dislike it. I find it average, which again, I'm not a big fan of those heavy fragrances. And while this one isn't like overly powdery, it's in the realm of the Lamal Elixir or the what's that vanilla fragrance from that everybody went crazy over? Vanilla Oud. Kind of in that realm as far as like the style of powder. Hor Red is definitely like a candy-like fragrance. Fruity for sure. It literally tastes. It smells like something that you could eat, like a candy or something. Very like candy fruit, red fruits. Yeah, that's it's kind of down the road of Slut, but Slut was way too cloying sweet. This one, while it is sweet, it's not overbearing to me like Slut was, but this goes down the same style of route, at least from what I remember. I haven't smelled Slut in a year, but it smells to me like if you just took a big bowl of like candy covered fruits, and I mean like red fruits, like the cherries and strawberries and raspberries, and just drench them all in like a candy coating. That's what this smells like, and it smells very nice. Yeah, that smells real good. I really enjoyed that. It might have a little bit of lemon on top, but we will find that out in 2 seconds. See, that one I can tell what's more in it. It's very easy to tell what's in that fragrance. This one, not so much. I still think that all four of them are better than pretty much every fragrance that I tried from the house last time outside of Maverick. With that said, what's this one? Hor Red. All right, so Hor Red, 45 euros, out of stock. They are restocking in 3 days, 16 hours, 29 minutes, and 27 seconds, or May 16th. But then again is not a US site, so the top is passion fruit and Brazilian sweet orange. Okay. Mid is coconut and praline, and the base is tonka, vanilla, and sandalwood. This smells like a red fruit bomb. So passion fruit doesn't smell. Maybe. but I still get like this red fruit mixture. Yeah, like he put red berries and or strawberry and chocolate. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But it's passion fruit and Brazilian sweet orange, made as coconut and praline, base is tonka, vanilla, and sandalwood. Okay. I guess it's just the passion fruit that's coming off. Like, it's the style of passion fruit that he used that mixed together with the orange to create like this red fruit accord. But the more that I am smelling it now that I'm like, okay, passion fruit. What other fragrances that have passion fruit in it? There's a natural passion fruit in Lamari Porthole right there, and then there's a real synthetic passion fruit in Mebisu Passion Island. This one, if I'm actually smelling it and saying, okay, that's passion fruit, is closer to Lamari Porthole's passion fruit, but it's definitely doing its own thing. And when you mix it together with the orange, it just comes off like a red fruit accord, especially in the opening. But the more it dries, that's where you're getting a little bit more of the sandalwood and vanilla. But the opening definitely smelled, there's something else in there that he's just not listing on the site, which, I mean, Terence Hughes, I've seen his videos before, and there's a reason he called that one Hor Red, because there's some kind of red fruits in there, whether it be cherry, strawberry, raspberry, or the way that he was mixing together the passion fruit and the orange to create a red fruit accord. I'm not sure, but he was definitely going for this red fruit accord. And it smells really nice. It's definitely semi-gourmand, leaning full gourmand. I'm not getting much of the nuttiness, not much of the coconut either. Maybe a little bit underneath, but this is more on the vanilla sandalwood mixture, especially in the dry down, and then that fruitiness up top. You guys can debate when you try it if you get more of a passion fruit. I can understand. The more it dries, the more the passion fruit does become more obvious, and it does become more obvious that this is a more natural passion fruit and not a synthetic passion fruit. But I still say it's more of like a red candy. That's what it smells like to me, at least. I got that one wrong. I got that one wrong too. I wasn't even close. I mean, passion fruit. But if you smell it, the opening, and then 25 minutes later, it smells. Or 5 minutes later, or 25 minutes later, you can start to notice the fruits separating. And that's when the citrus is starting to dissipate a little bit and the passion fruit becomes more evident. But again, just like the other one, I had issues with Terence Hughes oils last time. And so I'm not making any excuses this time. I have no idea the kind of blends that he uses. It really confuses me on the type of notes that are coming out because not one just pops. He's more about the blend than having just one note show its face. And so that's why even in actually the blue one's getting better. He was trying for a spicy tonka bomb, and that one did lean its face to be very simplistic. I gotta say, Icon is drying down phenomenally. Aura New is drying down phenomenally. Although I think the opening is like a 9 out of 10, the dry down might be like an 8.5. Sandy, it's okay to be a fanboy of something. I'm a fanboy of Coastal Carolina and Imaginary Authors fragrances. Those are my two. I love Parfums de Marly, even though I think that a lot of their releases lately, well, Castley is just ridiculously good. At first, I loved it. Then I was like, I think it's still good, but not great. But now that I got about 30 wears out of the fragrance, that stuff is going to be a top seller. And in 10 years, people are going to be saying that is the number one, maybe number two fresh Parfums de Marly that exists. But before that, I wasn't overly thrilled with the other fragrances. What did you say smells like Invictus Aqua before? There's a lot of fragrances that smell like Invictus Aqua, but it's Rasasi Hawas. And it's actually, Invictus Aqua smells like Rasasi Hawas because Hawas came out before Invictus Aqua. But those two are very similar fragrances. It's just one uses plum, while Invictus Aqua more on the citrusy side / slight, like a little bit of fruity. It's like a mix. But the way that I always put it is that if you want a citrus version of Invictus Aqua, go with Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. If you want a mix of fruit and citrus, go with Invictus Aqua. If you want more of a fruity style, then go with Rusasi Hawas. Because all three of those do a very similar thing. And then if you want more of an amber woody version of it, then go with, there it is, Aqua de Jo Absolu, which has that same style of like amber aquatic that has that fruitiness to it, but instead of being heavy on the fruits or the citrus, it really works its way on that amber wood. So yeah, those are the ones that really smell like Invictus Aqua. There's a lot of fragrances that smell like it though, especially nowadays. So I do have to say, Hor Blue is starting to smell like something, and I love it. I think it's getting better and better the more it's sitting on my skin. But speaking of Castley, I know Sandy just said Castley. Speaking of Castley, if you guys get it, and let's say for the first day you're not sure if you like it or not, give it a few wears, even 5 to 10 wears, because it's not a fragrance that for some people that you're going to love right away. It might be something that you like but you're not sure of. Well, I'm telling you, just keep wearing it. It's one of those fragrances that grow on you. Oh, I thought it was an Terence Hughes fragrance since I tried the Zoha Aroma perfume and found it to be the right amount of saltiness that fills that hole that Invictus Legend left. There's the opening of the Terence Hughes fragrance had vibes of Invictus Aqua, but I quickly changed my tone because it wasn't overly aquatic. Is Terence Hughes Icon. It gets more towards Polo 67 EDP. Even though it does have a slight aquatic tone, it's more closer to that kind of citrus woody fragrance that you get from Polo 67. So that I changed my mind pretty quickly on that. With that said, we're moving on to Fuckboy. Can only imagine what this one smells like. Oh, I'm going to rate that one. Let's rate. Where is it? There it is. This is my second favorite so far. This is Terence Hughes Hor Red. And I would give that, especially now that the vanilla is coming out, and I think it's blending so nicely with the fruitiness, I'm going to give that an 8.2 or an 8.3 maybe. Yeah, I think that's really nice. That's a really good one. How does Icon compare to Icon? Well, Icon's a tropical fragrance, and Icon is not a tropical fragrance. It's a citrus woody fragrance. So it would be the same as comparing Icon, which is again a tropical fragrance, to a fragrance that has nothing to do with a tropical fragrance. So they're not really comparable fragrances. You can compare Icon to Polo 67, Rusasi Hawas, those style of fragrances, and you can compare Icon to Porthole, Summer Hammer, Mabasu Passion Island, but comparing outside of the genre, just to me, I'm not going to do that. I've only tried Alexandria's version of Sedley. It was too sweet for me, and the Virgin... No. Wait, Alexandria's version is sweet? See, I don't like Alexandria or Dua because 90% of their fragrances are overly vegetable oily on me. Very, very heavy oil base. And it ruins the fragrance profile for me for all of the fragrances. With that said, Sedley's not really a sweet fragrance in general. It is a lemon mint aromatic fragrance that has a nice vetiver underneath it. Nice woodiness as well, but for the most part, it is a lemon and mint fragrance. It's not really a sweet fragrance. So I'm not sure. Are you sure that it was a clone of Sedley? If it was, then they did it wrong, because Sedley's not sweet. It's citrusy, which could be construed as a sweeter citrus, but even then, I wouldn't call Sedley a sweet fragrance at all. I just sprayed Fboy. This is Sandy's thoughts on Fboy, and it's improved a bit after sitting for 3 to 4 weeks. It's a sweet fragrance, orange and mandarin. Oh, you ruined it for me. Now I know. all of these are better than the ones that I tried last time. Like, last time when I smelled slut, and I was like, okay, that smells like a dirty slut. Like, that's what it smells like. Like, that's just what it smells like. When you smell this smells like a fuckboy, but honestly, like, what is that? It's just a guy that goes out and gets a bunch of girls. Probably smelling good, and this smells good. It is, it's one of those more heavy, slightly more synthetic citruses than the other citruses, like in, what was the other one? Aura New. This might be one I can spray on skin. Yeah, it's a really bright orange. Well, you said orange and mandarin, so I wasn't even thinking about that. Orange and mandarin orange, or mandarin. It's just, yeah, this is a better orange fragrance than the last time when they had that dirty orange or whatever it was called. That one smelled like an orange rolled in dirt. This one smells just like a bright citrus orange. Maybe a little bit of musk. Maybe a little lavender. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. I never liked how his bottles were only 30 milliliters. All right, so the top is bergamot, lemon, blood mandarin, and peppermint. I don't really get much mintiness. I mean, maybe a slight bit underneath it. The lemon makes sense. Bergamot, whatever. Amber, tonka, honey, patchouli, benzoin, and vanilla. That all must come out in the dry down. Right now, I'm just getting a bunch of mandarin orange. Maybe a slight green nuance from the mintiness, but yeah, it's mandarin orange. That's what it is. Very, very heavy on the mandarin orange. Not surprised though. Orange redemption for sure. If you guys like the note of orange, this is probably one of the better orange fragrances though. If I had to say, I'm interested to see where the dry down goes, because the opening, based on the note breakdown, seems like it's supposed to be just very citrus heavy, while the dry down seems like it's something for the fall and winter. Honey, vanilla, tonka. I always wondered, I checked with a lot of his older fragrances, and so this is the spring collection. And a lot of these openings are summer based. And then you get to the dry down and they get really into the fall and winter and not as much spring. Yeah, all of them have this like vanilla or tonka and amber. They're a little bit thicker in the dry down, which is very interesting because it's almost like he's taking a summer fragrance for the first 15 to 20 minutes for half of these, and then moving it into a winter fragrance in the dry down, and then just calling it quits in the middle and saying, okay, if it's not a summer fragrance, not a winter fragrance, we might as well just make it a spring fragrance. That's the only negative thing I have to say about it is, if you're going to have an orange-based fragrance, just keep it that way. If this goes anywhere else, because, I mean, Sandy doesn't seem overly thrilled with it. I love this opening. I'm a big fan of orange, though. Orange is one of my favorite, if not my favorite citrus to smell. So as long as it doesn't get overly vanilla, I think it should be nice, but it does seem like there's a lot of winterized notes in the dry down. What's going on, AS? Hello, dude in chat. Send of the day is MMM at the Barbers. Mason Margella. Yeah, I think, right? Keep it the great content. Hit the like button, folks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. What was this one? This is the orange one, right? Yeah, Fuckboy. I'm not getting much of the mintiness. The orange is there, but you're starting to get some of the powder and sweetness in there. So I have to come back to that in a little bit because it's definitely changing. I love the opening. The opening, I would give at least the first few minutes of the fragrance, I would give an 8.5. I really enjoy the orange in this, but I already know it's going somewhere different, so be prepared for that to drop, because it's not looking like it's going where I want it to, which is, I just want a fragrance that the citrus stays. I want an orange fragrance that the citrus stays. I got City Rhythm San Diego, and that's like the closest one that the clementine, the orange, the mandarin, whatever it might be, that's the only one where the orange actually stays. Even like in the other fragrances where it doesn't stay, like Orange Sanguine, it's a really nice fragrance, or Clementine California, really nice fragrance from Atelier. It lasts like an hour and a half. So I don't know. This is going down for sure. It's getting in the realm of Hor Blue, where it's bringing in some of that tonka and vanilla mixture. Very interesting how they're doing that. The orange is still there, but it's creeping to the back. What's going on, Kara? How you doing? Scent of the day is Ombra Calabria by Nishane. Scent of the day is Aqua Wood by Man Sarah. Love Aqua Wood. I'm out of my bottle. I need to get a new one. But all of the discounters that I like to buy my stuff on are all out of Aqua Wood right now, unfortunately. And I love that stuff. And it's like one of the best spring fragrances. But instead of getting Aqua Wood, because they didn't have it, I got Cologne Citrat. And Aqua Sextius, but I would not recommend that to anybody. I don't know how, like, I was watching some reviews on it. I think Ross said it was like a tropical fragrance. And so if he smells a tropical fragrance from that, that's more power to him. I don't get any tropicals from that. To me, Aqua Sextius is just, it has fig, yes, but it just smells very sour and tart and strange to me, especially in the dry down. Scent of the night is Aqua Wood. It's fine. As long as you were talking about Aqua Wood, that's good. Ombra Calabria, I've tried. I don't remember it. Sandy Porthole, a lot of people were saying that they were going out of business. They are not going out of business. What they do is they're a very odd company that releases their fragrances. They do their batches once a year, and it's usually in May or June, in March or April, and then they send them out. This year, it's going to be in probably late May, early June, because they are rebranding, because a lot of people were complaining about their pressurized atomizers not being pressurized for the price that they were coming at. So apparently they're redoing all their atomizers. They asked all of the companies that were selling their fragrances to sell out of them and put them on sale, which is why I posted that thing for Scentrush. And now they're going to be getting Porthole in. They told them to clear space. All new stock should be coming within the next month. So just keep an eye out, because once they are in here and they're gone, they will not make another batch until next year, which I think is so stupid. Why, if you know you have a popular product? Every one of their fragrances is rated a 4 or above, and I've tried every one of them. There's one that's like a really cool, really good smelling black licorice. I don't like black licorice, but still really nice. The Noble Caval is almost like a more wearable Jasada Ambassador Intense meets Roja Apex Parfum. Very, very nice. And then there's Maidon, which reminds me of Triumph Bacchus. Some really good ones. But yeah, anyway, easily one of what's going on? Everybody go follow Jeff over at SoCal Sense. I was talking about you. Your ears burning, Jeff? I don't remember what I was talking about, but I was saying something about you. I think it was something that you put me on to, and I couldn't remember. Oh, you sent me Jeremy Fragrance's leather fragrance. That was the only one I didn't try, and then you sent it to me like 2 years ago. So anyway, we're going to go do Legend Plus. Well, might as well do the original Legend first, huh? Where is the original Legend? Is it still in its package? 9. ATH Legend. There we go. Didn't I already try this? Didn't Legend come out before all of these, and did he just add this? But I do have to say, for anybody who just joined, I didn't like many of the Aaron Terrence Hughes last time. This time, while I still don't, like, I don't, yeah, you sent me Legend. Yeah, I wasn't overly thrilled with Legend. It's just, it was decent. I thought so. Because the last time I did it, there was a few that I found decent. Guapo, Ozone, and Legend, I believe, was one of them. But anyway, this time, there's actually a few very good ones. One that reminds me of his version of like Polo 67 EDP, but with a twist, which is Icon. There's another one, which is a beautiful citrus medley. Very bright, almost has this kind of Sprite vibe to it, which is Aaron Terrence Hughes Aura New. Hor Blue is kind of like their Lamal Elixir, but it's like a spicy Tonka heavy mixture. Again, in the opening, it smelled like a chocolate caramel bar for me, but as it dried, it still smells nice. I wouldn't put it above an 8 because it's just, it's a spicy Tonka bomb, and it has a lot of powder now, so I'm not too big into it. Hor Red, on the other hand, is a nice passion fruit scent that in the opening, it kind of smells like candied red berries, but it's passion fruit with vanilla. And I think that that one's actually pretty nice. My favorites from them so far, before I get into, yeah, Legend to me is just, I've smelled that before. I'll put the note breakdown on the screen so you guys can see it, but I've already smelled this and did a review on it, so I'm not doing it again. There it is. All right. Let me get rid of some of these tabs. And then I'm going to present the screen. All right, so Aaron Terrence Hughes Legend. It's the only one of these that is on here. It's a citrus, amber, aromatic, woody, balsamic fragrance. Was rated, where is that? Why is it skipping? It's rated a 4.07 out of 5. Grapefruit, bergamot, lemon, ambergris, amber, tonka, apple, elemi resin, dry woods, oak moss, and patchouli. And people say it reminds them of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, which I don't think it does. It has vibes of that, but I think the reason why last time I said this was just an average fragrance is it because it smells like it's trying to be a lot like Bleu de Chanel or a lot like other blue designer fragrances, but it just didn't quite get there. Same with Supernova. There was something strange in Supernova, and I know Jeff hated Supernova too. And so, while Legend smells nice, and if you bought it, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm disappointed. But it all depends on how many fragrances in your collection you have. Because Legend, to me, if you already have every fragrance that's on that screen right there, it's kind of like a mix of all of them, but I wouldn't say more synthetic, but a little bit sharper. And it's just not something that I enjoy. I remember talking about it on my last live stream that I did. So, yeah, that is, and I agree. It was one of the grossest scents that I have smelled, especially from that house. I don't know how people like that. I remember smelling that and I was like, I hate that. Which ATH fragrances? Well, Kara, I smelled about 20 before this live stream, and I would have told you one was worth the price, maybe two, and that was Maverick and Guapo. But even then, I didn't buy them myself, so I wasn't like huge into telling people go buy them. And I even told the owner of Scentrush when he sent me these, I was like, just an FYI, if I do this live stream and people try to come to your site to buy these, I just want to let you know I'm probably going to hate most of them because I hated all the other Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrances, or disliked them, I should say. But this time, I tried them, and there's a lot of really nice ones. Icon smells like their version of what you would say is Invictus Aqua, Polo 67 EDP. But then it brings in a bit of like warmth in the dry down. My favorite so far, as far as the fresher ones, is Aaron Terrence Hughes Aura New, which smells like lemon lime Sprite with a little bit of this pink grapefruit and a little bit of effervescence. It has a slight greenish tone underneath it as well. But if you like citrus, you like a little bit of mint, Aura New is really good. Aaron Terrence Hughes Hor Red is my second favorite, even though Icon is really close to that one. Hor Red is, again, to me it smells like candied covered red fruits, but as it starts to dry, you notice it's more of a very natural passion fruit. And then you mix that together with a slight like green tone and like some vanilla, a little bit of amber. It's a very interesting scent, not quite tropical. It's more of a fruity gourmand, and I think it's a really nice one. For spring, maybe I would see that being like an early spring fragrance. Fuckboy, on the other hand, stupid name. It opens up like an 8.5. Very beautiful orange fragrance if you like orange. Just don't be fooled from the opening 5 minutes, because once it starts to dry, the orange starts to go out the window, just like I had expected, and you get more of this kind of woody vanilla. And it's a little bit more average. I wouldn't put it over an 8. I would say it's more of a 7.5 now. And I told you that was going to go down, and it did. And Hor Blue is more of a spicy tonka bomb that I couldn't really describe that much. So now we're into the last one. And this last one is the follow-up to Legend, I'm guessing. This is Legend Plus. And this is the last one in his Spring Equinox collection that was released last year. The only one that wasn't released last year, from what I understand, is Legend. A lot of them do, yes. It's his base to all of his fragrances, especially in this line. This line, he changed it up a bit because most of the base is like a vanilla, tonka, sandalwood mixture or some kind of woodiness. But there was another one I tried, Aaron Terrence Hughes Ohm. That one was really nice. I forgot about that. I tried that on a separate live stream not a long time ago, because you just said it, and I remember I tried it, I don't know, about 3-4 weeks ago. That one I did like. And you guys were saying it was one of your favorite Iris fragrances, and I'm not a huge fan of Iris, but I did say I really liked Ohm. But I didn't try that on my first live stream or this one. I tried that just randomly out of the blue like a month ago. So Legend Plus is right on par with the other Legend. I can smell it. I don't know, what is it? They just took the original Legend DNA and just amped up the performance. Let me see. So we got the note breakdown of Legend being very similar to that of all the other blue fragrances. So ATH Legend Plus. Aaron Terrence Hughes Legend Plus. Note breakdown is bergamot, lemon, blood mandarin, artemisia, amber, grapefruit, apple, lavender, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, oak moss, pink pepper, and elemi. Yeah, it's actually quite similar to the other Legend. So I'm guessing it was just an amped up version of that. It smells a little bit better because it is projecting a bit more, and the original Legend didn't have a good performance, at least from what I remember. It's a nice blue fragrance. It's still not going to beat, I mean, if you want a nice blue fragrance, if you want something boring like that, it smells nice. And no one, like I said, with Legend or this one, those are going to be riding the boundaries. Those are going to be your safest bets. They're going to smell very nice. People, when they smell you, they're going to think you smell clean, fresh, like a gentleman. Legend or Legend Plus, I think Legend Plus is the better of the two. It's going to be blue. It's going to be aromatic. It's going to be citrusy. Has a little bit of depth to it. So just like the Bleu de Chanels and Sauvages and the Pradas and all of that of the world, that is exactly what these are. Every line needs to have one, at least in my opinion. And Legend Plus fill that void for the Aaron Terrence Hughes Equinox line. But with that said, my favorites for the summer and like for freshness and cleanliness, I would go with Aura New. For all season, I would go with Icon. I think that is a great kind of like their version of the mass appeal style DNA that's coming out nowadays. That Polo 67 EDP style. That's exactly what that is. And if you want a slight kind of semi-fresher, slightly tropical gourmand, I would go with Hor Red. Hor Blue would be for a lot of people who like those heavy Tonka fragrances. But outside of that, I don't think any of the other ones are really necessary. Fuckboy went way downhill for me. That's probably my least favorite out of all of them. Yeah, out of all of them, I didn't hate any of them. I didn't dislike any of them. Fuckboy is my least favorite. Then the Legends are kind of, or then Hor Blue, then the Legends, and then Hor Red, and then Icon and Aura New. Those are my those are really good. If I had to pick up one, it would be Aura New. I think that is a beautiful Sprite-like fragrance, especially in the opening. And if I had to get one for the transitional seasons, it would be Hor Red. Those are my two favorites. I actually really like that. So thank you to Scentrush. And remember, Friday through Monday, sometime this weekend, Scentrush.us, which I did pin below, and I will post it on my community tab. They will have all of these on sale, full bottles and decants, and you can use the Mother's Day 10. It's called, what is it? Mom Day 10, or, hey, Newt, are you still here? What was the code for Mother's Day on Scentrush? Do whatever you did, but don't include the 10. Because Newt went to use the Mother's Day coupon and he accidentally put 10 after it, but it wasn't actually 10. It's like Mom Day or something. But anyway, you can use my code DUDE5, which is 5% if that's the easiest one for you to remember. But if you do it before Mother's Day, or not, Mother's Day just ended. If you do it by Friday, For Mom is still active. So, at least from what he's told me. If it's not, then his son removed it or something. I honestly don't know. But anyway, you get 5% off. And just remember, Cactus Garden's still on there. There's also Gucci Envy and a lot of other discontinued fragrances. They are having somebody rebuild their site completely so it's easier to navigate. But if you want some discontinued fragrances that you want to try out for really good price, I'm telling you, they got some really good ones. Oh, and Louis Vuitton's Sun Song is being fully re-released to the United States, or to the world. So if you liked Sun Song, that is coming back. And then this week, I have a top 10 video. It's top 10 freshies that if I had to get rid of my entire collection and keep only 10 fresh fragrances, what would it be? I also have a comparison video. I can't remember what it is, but that one I'm posting tomorrow. I also have a video for Isla Verde, which is the new Roja, and the new Apex Intense. And then I have one for the new Bond that just came out, which of all three of those is probably my favorite. And Louis Vuitton Elves and Cactus Garden. Elves is the brand new one, and Cactus Garden is one that's discontinued, but you can still find. So you guys will see a bunch of videos coming up from me pretty soon, starting tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know in the next like 30 seconds. If not, I am peacing out. Gonna go watch some basketball and then go to sleep because I've had like 12 days off in a row now, and I want to get to bed so that I can have my first day at work. You know how bad it sucks when you have 12 days of work and then or 12 days without working in the office, and then all of a sudden you have to work? It's like the worst feeling of all time. I hate working. I wish I could just do this all day long. Sit there and talk to myself about fragrances. Because that's all I'm doing. I just ordered or fear of missing out fragrance lovers tea. Oh, I thought you were saying you ordered it because you had FOMO. There's a lot of weird fragrance names out there now. But I love tea fragrances, so I can't fault you on that one. But Sandy, I'm glad you were able to make it. I'm sorry, I tried to do a live stream last Monday with Gator, but we had issues, and it was going to be earlier for you, like I told you. But I couldn't do that today because I was out. And then my birthday's coming up. My birthday is actually on my next stream, so this should be my birthday stream. So anyway, thank you guys so much. David, you have a great night. Everybody who is here, have a fantastic evening. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Remember to look out on the channel. I'm gonna probably sell a few more fragrances. I actually sold every single one that was on that list last week. So I have another list I'm gonna make. I'm trying to clear out some of my collection. This time, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the cheapies I have and do like a 2 for 30 or 2 for 40. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. And again, you guys have a fantastic week. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Oh, mine's on the 20th, Sandy. So happy almost birthday. Peace out.